Hello, my name is Luke Persiani, and today we'll be covering the second half of the NFC North. Starting with the Detroit Lions. Rawr. Now, I'm a Matt Stafford believer. I mean, this year I think they got him ranked at, quarterback 13? I like him to be a QB1, bottom tier QB1, and he's going in the QB 14, 15. He's a guy that you'll get for free in an auction draft. Yeah, they say they want to run the ball more this year, but I'll believe it when I see it. I think Matt Stafford once again eclipses 4,000 yards passing. Amir Abdullah is poised for his coming out campaign. So he has the potential of being a fringe bottom tier running back one day. I don't think it's this year. I think he's still a running back 2 and still just middle of the pack in that regard. I think Amir Abdullah will start stealing away some more PPR duties from Theo Riddick, so I don't think he'll be as valuable this year as he has in years past. I do like Golden Tate. I think he's a PPR monster. I think he's going to be getting a lot of targets this year. I think he's going to average 10 targets a game. And if you're getting 10 targets a game, you're a guy that I want on my roster. Matthew Stafford likes him, so I think he's the guy to own. Marvin Jones had some flashes of brilliance last year, where he put up close to like 200 yards in a couple of games. So I think he's the red zone threat. I think when they get into the red zone, they're going to be looking Marvin Jones's way a lot. So I think he's the touchdown-dependent wide receiver on the team. I would put Golden Tate as a wide receiver 2. And with wide receiver 1 upside. Marvin Jones is a dependable wide receiver 3 in my book. I don't think he's a Devontae Adams in terms of number 2 wide receivers on teams, but I think he's close. As far as tight ends go, Eric Ebron, when are you going to make your appearance into the tight end elite? I mean, we have him ranked, I think, in the top 12, and he's a fringe tight end number 1, but with his talent and skill set, and the fact that he's not that good of a run blocker, he should be producing as a top 5 tight end one of these years, but he hasn't done it yet. So hopefully they find a way to work him into the red zone arrangement more frequently, but until they do, I'm not gunning for Eric Ebron. Moving on to the Minnesota Vikings, Sam Bradford came out in a big way last year. I think he proved a lot of people wrong. He's not a guy that I'm targeting in drafts right now. I think he's a fun person to have on the bench, because maybe they figure something out in terms of the offense. I think they're taking leaps forward. The running back situation over at the Minnesota Vikings is a little mixed up. They bring over Latavius Murray from Oakland, and then they draft Dalvin Cook, who in my opinion is the most exciting rookie running back in the game right now. I think Dalvin Cook has the job, dead to rights. I think he's the guy to own in Minnesota, and I think he's a 3-down workhorse. Wide receiver 1, Stephon Diggs. Okay, why is everyone so low on Stephon Diggs? He's catching 80-plus catches a year, and as they figure things out, he will start to get better at run after catch. Right now, he's not getting as much RAC as someone of his skill set you would imagine would, but this is a guy who will break 1,000 yards and will push for 90-plus catches. So volume. Right now he's going for cheaper than wide receiver 3 prices, and he's the wide receiver to own on the Vikings. I think he could push for top-end wide receiver 2 numbers, and you'll be getting him at wide receiver 3 value. Stephon Diggs makes a huge leap this year, and he's one of my sleepers of choice. As far as tight ends go, Kyle Rudolph is a stud. I have him going right now at tight end number 7. I want a guy who's going to produce stable numbers week to week, and you can do few better than Kyle Rudolph. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. That wraps up the NFC North. Next time, I tackle the first teams of the AFC in the AFC East. I'm Luke Persiani. Talk to you soon.